get something versus what do you try to go away with not doing and just leaving behind. So we are off and early silvers, which I'm sure will come in handy eventually.
I'll say not picking them up. Let's want to grab them later.
Hopefully, other than that little divergence, they are both heading over towards a pretty normal route for a non-spoiler seed. So we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, and as you can see, they're the trackers, which, by the way, shout out to Sandman, who was tracking not just the last seed between these two, but this one as well. So we have pendants at Hera, Palace of Darkness, and Misery Mire, and we need Bombos and Ether, respectively, for those last two dungeons. And we're going to need to find that Ice Rod.
Yeah, the Ice Rod search is generally a little less stressful in a spoiler log race, but it can be tucked away pretty far.
And they're getting the lamp. Early lamp, that must tells you something.
I mean, it tells you there will be no dark rooms. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I'll see picking up a heart container here. And a sword!
And pretty much everything else being vanilla in this room, so...
And, hey, a moon pearl sold by the merchant.
It was his job before becoming a bottle merchant. He was a fortune teller. Didn't pan out, so he's selling his old crystal ball.
That actually makes sense.
I do make sense on rare occasion, but it is rare occasion.
And we've seen that both runners opting to pick up yet another heart container. And hey, look, another sword for Osse. That's foreshadowing right there, I think.
I'm not sure that it's going to be foreshadowing based upon where he's going right now.
Yeah, if you're thinking Aga, folks, you're thinking right. Today is not. Remember how I said today's not a nice seed? Yeah, this is just the first of many. It's Aga required for Dark World access.
Yeah, it's Aga required for just about everything.
You'll see why when we get on the pyramid.
Well, that's unkind.
So this is a rather low percent Aga play, so it's going to be very interesting to see what our runners do here. Very nice double spin there for Osse.
At least they have the
lamp. Wow! Really lucky drop there as well, getting 8 bombs. Doesn't have to go and get the bomb prize later.
Yeah, that is very, very convenient.
And PKR does not get that same luck.
PKR does have 4 bombs already, though, so that's not a high concern.
Yeah.
PKR also having sword beams here. Oh, right until I said that, so there's a commentator's curse for you. Might just keep my mouth shut the rest of this race.
Hey, don't leave me hanging your solo, man. Come on.
Right. So the one thing that the spoiler log does not tell us is how many stalling blue balls Aghanim is going to give us. So get your guesses in chat. 4 minutes in, how many blue balls?
Yes, I will add that our brothers will get the same RNG because we have in the randomizer, or the pattern is seeded. But if they die, the pattern will change. So they'll get the same RNG, the same teleport or locations, everything. It'll be the exact same fight.
There's some terrible numbers in chat. You people are awful and you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, look at Osse's health here. One false step and he'll be going back down the tower!
Yeah, that was close. Thankfully, there's a heart there. I'm kind of surprised he didn't grab the other one on the far left side there, but, you know, to each their own.
Ooh, this is actually getting kind of close.
Alright, so how many are you guessing?
It's gonna be nice. I'm thinking 2.
2? Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna go with 4. Like a little trolly, but not terrible.
So basically a Force 3 cycle.
Yep, just enough to be a jerk.
Okay. That makes perfect sense, actually. 2 is, I think, the most common, so it's actually the safest bet you can make, but we'll see.
You know, I think at 5.5 minutes going into an Aga fight, we're not going for common here.
Yeah. And yeah, they're not checking the hints, folks, because they already know where everything is. This is a spoiler log race, and they have free access to it, and actually another little bit of a fun fact here is that they also don't have the normal randomizer restrictions in terms of stream sniping. They're allowed to watch each other. They're allowed to be in chat here with you guys.
Yeah, some runners definitely take advantage of that more than others and are a little trolly in chat when they're doing things or when they have a crystal cutscene or something of that nature. You know, this one might end up being really nice. Only 1 so far. Yep, there it is. 1 blue ball. At least
Very nice.
Aga.
You're dancing with Aga. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 7 minutes in. We have Dark World access and it's a full magic refill.
Yeah,
and this is
5
why it was Aga required. Right over here. Ladies and gentlemen, our gloves are in the Dark World.
Yeah, very much unkind in that regard.
Now, where are they going to go next? Also, now we're going to take the time to pick up the silver arrows.
PKR going right for the back of the sewers, and looks like Osse is following them.
Yeah, they're something fairly important here. Looks like PKR did get that 8 drop at some point. Looking at their bomb count, I completely missed it.
Alright, and 7.5 minutes in, grabbing the flute. That's not a terrible time for it.
Yeah, they're both going to get that on right away.
Yep, Osse taking a detour, woke up in the wrong house for a minute there. And pretty much everything has been synced and linear. We'll see if that changes at some point.
I mean, looking at the spoiler, this is somewhat of a fairly linear seat, unfortunately. But the flute coming in line for PKR, and Osse soon to follow.
Please stand, fellow Hyruleans, for the playing of the national anthem.
And there is what we like to call the swag duck. Flying free and ready to help our runners travel across the light world. And immediate flute to 5 for PKR.
And this side of the planet is so much more unfriendly after Aga.
Oh yeah, the whole overworld basically goes into a hard mode state after Aga 1 is defeated. Which is, honestly, my main reason why I don't like Aga.
Yeah, but it is so much worse here. There's red guards everywhere, which doesn't really make any sense to me, but, you know, whatever.
So yeah, there's something nice here in Eastern.
Hey, that's my hammer.
Well, they ain't gonna be throwing it, they're just gonna be swinging it.
Silly people can't even use a hammer correctly.
And that's all they're going in there for.
record, Mars Janker in chat saying that it's hammer time. I started commentating about 12 minutes ago. We're about 12 minutes into hammer time.
Technically not wrong.
Alright, and then they're gonna go ahead and make use of that hammer and head to the Dark World right around Village Outcast, that's what it's called. I nearly said Thieves Town, which is technically correct, but you know.
Yeah, the Dark Village is called Village of Outcasts. The dungeon itself is Thieves Town.
My brain knew that, my mouth had difficulty.
Yeah, it's fairly easy to trip over that. I don't blame you whatsoever. And PKR is going to be going into Thieves Town right away.
Yeah, definitely beeline for the dungeon, and Osse right behind her, so must be something good in here too.
Yeah, there's probably something they need. I mean, they know what it is.
I mean, they know what it is, and theoretically I should know what it is, since I did see the spoiler log, but that does not mean that I remember what it is.
Grabbing the big key as well, but this is a required dungeon to beat.
Osse dodging a fireball around the corner there, that was kind of close. Oh look, it's your routing friend, the mirror.
Yeah, we got a mirror up here in Thieves Town.
Rumor is that mirror once belonged to Blind, but Blind saw themselves in the with it at one point when there was a little bit of sunlight, and well, it stayed in the chest from that point forward.
Nice story there, actually. That's one I would not have thought of do.
It's okay, my delivery was terrible on it, so I probably should have just left it to myself.
And yeah, folks, the spoiler log here in the case of Link the Fast Randomizer, it just gives you the raw item location information, and in this case, you're told to route it yourself. It's not telling you the ideal playthrough whatsoever. It's all up to your interpretation. And to help you with that, they even give you information like what the poultries are, what the hoarder crabs have, even what throwing a fish in deep water will give you. It's fairly detailed, so you can make the most optimal route.
Yep. This is actually, if you go to the website and you download a regular ROM, not a race ROM, it will give you some sort of convoluted playthrough that isn't ideal at all, but will get you through the game. But the bot that our admin, Synac, has used, it does not give you that playthrough at all. So it just gives you the raw location stuff, and you have to figure it out from there.
Yeah. This, and his spoiler log is a fair bit more detailed. It even tells you how many digs the digging game has, but we will not be seeing that today. I don't think, anyway.
I mean, we might.
Well... yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, there's nothing else here in Thieves Town just based on what PKR is doing.
To answer in chat, it does not have the blue balls. It does not tell you how many blue balls Aghanim gives, and it does not tell you how many Ganon teleports Ganon gives you. But other than that, it tells you just about everything else.
Yeah, those are seeded and would take a lot more work to find out where they are in the data for the spoiler log.
That's a pretty good pun there. I'm fairly certain that's one of the new ones. Bright lights make my head spin.
Yeah, there's a few of these puns there. And hey, there's some money for Kiki. I guess there is something in here after all.
Yeah, that'll come in handy eventually.
And yeah, basically the spoiler log uses a different sort of algorithm, so there's a bunch of new like puns and Ganon text that are exclusive to the spoiler log community. Who knows? Maybe they'll be added in version 31. I'm not sure yet.
And we have a quick route straight up Death Mountain, so no real divergence yet for our runners. Both getting cabbaged a little bit. You gotta be careful.
PKR even got dead rocked, so a little bit of time lost there.
The specialty recipe for Death Mountain: squirrel cabbage soup.
With a side of calamari? I mean, PKR is using an Inkling.
That is fair. Ooh.
Oh, but also getting dead rock. Gonna reset the screen.
And we have the slow trek through Spiral Cave.
Yeah, this would be so much better with the boots. But, we didn't get in those boots for actually a fairly long time. They are fairly deep in the seat, unfortunately, this time around.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to determine since most runners will make a beeline to them as soon as they can.
And that Ether Medallion right there. Required for Turtle Rock.
Yep, but as we don't have anything else we need for Turtle Rock, I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Alright, the Tektite's playing nicely for Osse at least. That's nice when you have 5 hearts in green mail.
PKR opting to get a safety in the form of a bottled fairy, and it looks like Osse will be getting that same one. Now, what else is here in, Paradox Cave? And hey, look, it's the Flippers, the Fire Rod, and a Heart Piece, which PKR is going to pick up because of, well, once he gets forward, that is a full heal.
Yeah, I've seen those come in handy more than once.
Yeah. PKR's routing even manages her heart container and heart piece pickups, which just speaks to her running capabilities as well. And hello there, we're gonna be heading into the Dark World. Where is PKR gonna be going?
Well, looks like it's a stop towards Hype Cave, at least to start.
Oh, there's another one of the heart pieces.
Osse's gonna be happy to see that tempered sword 19 minutes in.
Yeah, but PKR has that same sword, so it won't be as much of a time save.
That's fair, but just the fact that they're there, especially since last seed they were terrible.
And PKR looks to be routing elsewhere. Going to head up to the Lightworld Island, where our hookshot is found. Going out of their way for the hookshot. Good item to have.
Looks like they might be putting it to use right away.
Yeah, because it looks like this is going to be a Swamp House play. It's a place they can full clear right now, and This is actually where something might come into play. Keyword being might.
Oh yeah, we do have an interesting routing decision coming up here.
Indeed. And I think...
Oh, you do? I do that on occasion too. Most times people yell at me. Routing in a heart with the damn pull there. Yeah, chat bringing up a good point. We haven't seen Powder, or Mushroom, or Shovel, or any real fetch quests, actually. We'll see how long that one lasts.
Indeed. Looking at this place here, this is actually going to be fairly complicated routing here. We'll see how they handle it.
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun, right? And it's not like we have to play it. We just sit here and talk about it.
I don't know, maybe I should try a spoiler log of my own once. I haven't actually tried to route my own seeds.
I tried it a couple times. 15 minutes is not nearly enough time. Although that may be because I want all 4 swords and half magic and powder because I suck at this game.
I can get by with tempered sort of that. I'm not that bad. I'm sort of like a mid-tier runner, I feel. I'm not gonna get like sub one. I'm not gonna be anywhere near the sub-hour time that our runners here are getting.
Looks like we have a detour to the left-hand side for PKR. And for Osse as well.
Yeah, there's something over here.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be something on left side swamp?
So, it looks like neither one of the runners is going to go for the other option in this place, which is fairly interesting. And PKR is not even flipping the switch. Which tells you guys something there in chat, that we don't need that big key chest. And, further curious, I'll go ahead and say, it's a shield. No one's going to pick that up. But the other chest has something we want.
I certainly hope so, or else that's going to be a big time loss on both of their sides.
So, remember how I said this was an Agaseed? Yeah, that's why. Both glows were in Dark World.
That seed's not even pretending to be kind. Yeah, this was not a seed that you even had to consider about it being aggro required. You basically look up the gloves and you're like, oh, well, looks like we're doing that.
And it looks like PKR is not going to opt for the southern chest or the big chest here.
And Osse making the same choice.
Yeah, so this routing decision we were talking about here is a fairly somewhat lengthy side quest, because you go down to the south, you get the big key, and in the big chest is actually the magic powder for the seed. And turning that into the magic bat would have given them armor, so they are opting not to pick up that armor or that safety with the powder.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that I would have done the armor, but the powder would have almost definitely been worth it, at least to me. That's what, 30 seconds about to go around that room?
Yeah, but if one runner goes for it and the other doesn't, could be an issue. So,
death is also an issue.
He needs to be careful.
Especially with the water tektites in this room here. Okay, he did get a couple hearts, so he should be okay. And Tempered Sword makes Argus not suck, so there is that.
Yeah, this will be a fairly clean fight for PKR, as well as Osse. Once again, Osse has to be careful, though. Only going to be entering this fight with 2 hearts. Could die if
Yeah,
the puffballs catch
is
him.
2 hearts is 1 hit KO, so... For that reason, electing not to hook shot up, because you can get sniped by a puff when you hook shot a puff down towards.
And PKR now with the Titan's Mitts, now with the hammer, and now this crystal out of Swamp Palace. Going to be quite a thing here. So where to next, PKR? Where to next? That is the question I am asking here.
Yep, almost 26 minutes in, no divergence yet. So we'll see if that changes or if they just keep doing a straight line race.
Looks like it's PKR is opting to go for Skull Woods and clear that up.
Makes sense, got everything you need, including the fire rod, so...
And actually, this makes perfect sense. I remembered exactly why PKR is doing this.
I don't recall off the top of my head what was in Skull Woods, but there's something here, I think.
Skull Woods got a couple of important things to pick up.
And Osse once again, right behind her.
Yeah, from what I can understand, the seed is actually fairly linear in terms of the route. So we won't see much divergence, but we might see choice safeties being picked up along the way.
Yeah, which so far they've been pretty similar on. PKR having 1 more heart at this point, virtue of grabbing a couple of extra pieces of heart. But other than that, they are pretty much even.
So PKR heading straight to the Moth. No half magic and Toad this time. From her first seed.
Well, with Tempered Sword, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I was about to say, with Tempered Sword, this is gonna be a pretty cakewalk. Has to kill this Gibdo, though.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't take half a heart of damage because the sword beams suck. There we go.
And yeah, down goes the Moth. Pretty okay fight there for PKR. Driving the boss key. But also another crystal. And matter of fact, I didn't even mention it, but that was both... Oh no, that wasn't our red crystal. I thought that was our second red crystal there. My mistake.
No, the second red crystal is Turtle Rock, I believe. So that one still seems to be a ways away for our runners.
Alright, so PKR is going to be heading back now. Looks like PKR's business with Thievetown, or not Thievetown, sorry, with Skullwoods is not quite done yet.
Not yet. With that bomb menuing, it would make me think there's might be something in that big chest. And since Mothula dropped the big key, well, I guess there might as well be something in the big chest. Terrible, stupid dungeons that don't actually require the big key to beat.
And hey, there's the Bombus Medallion. We need that for Misery Mire. Which
Wait a minute.
Probably tells our chap that, yeah, Misery Mire has something for us. And PKR is opting for the small key here. And gonna head over here to what is called Pot Prison. Appropriately named. To get the other item in here, which is half magic. Good find.
Most definitely. That is a spectacular grab. Oh, just missing the bomb jump there.
So, PKR is off.
Looks like PKR is just continuing the dungeon clear strategy. Just go straight for ice. Osse once again ignoring half magic, just like he did in the last race.
Again, this might be the fact that he's behind and could be in the mental state of, I need to cut corners in order to maybe make this a game 3.
That is fair.
Which is a solid play, but it's also a fairly big risk. And we're seeing diverges, actually. Also, he's opting into going into that Misery Mire.
Misery Mire without the Cane of Samaria, which means either the Cane of Samaria is French vanilla, or we do not need Vitreous. Which, as our runners don't have the bow and don't have any invulnerability, I'm sure Osse is hoping that it's the second one, just not needing to kill Vitreous.
Actually, looking at the log, I think the trip in here is actually going to be fairly quick. Nice fairy there for Osse.
Yeah, having a little difficulty in that room, but being rewarded with a nice fairy drop, so that's always helpful.
You're having a little bit of trouble there with the Eerie room. And hey, there's our ice rod. And Osse is just leaving.
That's a terrible place to put that. Why would you put that there?
Well, it could be worse. It could have been on the boss. Or in the cutscene chest that we all know and loathe.
Know and loathe. I like that.
And yeah, of course that ice rod is 100% required given that we have to go slay Trinex.
Very much so, and I think actually outside of our Cane of Samaria requirement, Trinex is completely within logic. Well, never mind.
Yep, there's the Cane of Samaria. Trinex is now fully on the table. And we're just missing that bow. It is bow mode for our 2 runners.
And maybe boots for Desert Palace, but other than that... Alright, PKR dropping down into Cold Stare.
Someone is predicting that boots are in TR. Given the fact that Osse didn't go in the desert. And actually, I will say that, yeah, the boots are required. I'm not saying where they are, but they are required. Desert, Big Key is on the torch.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
PKR now done with Cold Stare. So the routes are going to converge here in a little bit.
Yep, I imagine the PKR is going to be heading over to Mire.
Yeah. Nice penguin bowling room there. I know it's not called that, but I just love calling it that. It's a me thing.
That's fair. I've generally dubbed it the slip and slide room, but Pen Gator bowling is also a nice name.
There's the Cane of Samaria for Osse now heading down to Cold Stare. PKR is going to get that ice rod, so the roads are going to converge looking at Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be pretty close. PKR having a little less difficulty in Mire 1, or Mire 2, saving a cycle there.
Yeah, and PKR is also using the hookshot to great effect here, speeding up her walk just a little bit. And honestly, opting to burn all of their magic on getting the puffs down. Has to be really careful. Any straight contact with the puffs will result in death. Ooh, that could have been really bad.
It could have been, but thankfully it wasn't, so... Osse grabbing his crystal while PKR heads out of Mire, and we're going to be right on each other's heels.
Yep, this is a Turtle Rock play. PKR now with the Ice Rod in hand as well. PKR looks to be about ahead by maybe 15 seconds? Give or take? I'm not really good at telling the difference of time. I'm here.
It's okay. Chat's coming up with some terrible ideas for Boots and Bo, so that's definitely fun to watch. You guys are all horrible.
Yeah, PKR's execution is still on point despite the bomb mishap in Ice Palace. So she's doing fairly alright, I feel. And if PKR wins, she will be moving on to the round of 8. As a reminder,
I believe
folks.
the first person to do so, because I don't think any of the other ones have been concluded.
And once again, folks, if Osse can tie this up, the next race will be tomorrow. Channel to be determined.
Yep, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Alright, PKR, 37 minutes and change, entering Turtle Rock. About 37:05, we'll say.
Yep, so we're looking at about 15 seconds.
Alright, folks, so down goes PKR into the depths of Turtle Rock. A fairly linear dungeon, but one that has to be done here.
Gonna have to be careful with 2 hearts and nothing really in the way of safeties.
You say that, but we do have the fairy in the back pocket still.
That's fair, but that's one of those things you'd probably really rather save if you can. Especially with no bug net to replenish that fairy.
Yeah, and also, the death will take about 7 seconds, I would say. 7 to 10 seconds to play the death animation. And PKR is going to be taking some intentional damage here as well with this intended fall off the platform. So down to 1 heart even.
These are some scary hook shots right here.
PKR gets through. Gets the 3rd. Gonna back up for the 4th. Excellently done.
Yeah, at that point, it's easier just to take it safe and not have to worry about potentially messing one of those up. Those rollers do more than enough damage to put her out.
Yeah, those rollers deal 3 whole hearts of damage. They are a very beefy trap.
Osse choosing to mirror out instead, which was interesting.
Alright, change out room. Just one of these is enough to instantly kill, I think, Osse, even at full health. Not opting for the chain chomp chest, actually.
That's the wonderful part about the spoiler log, is you know where the keys are. So if there's nothing in that chest, you can just walk right through it.
Well, there is something in that chest. Unfortunately, they won't be picking it up. So, unfortunately, folks, they are leaving the slag net behind. I regret to inform you. That was in the chain chomp chest. And yeah, I'm okay with that, because that is, given the health totals that PKR's at, and what the seed wants, it is not worth picking up. Oh, that for a second there, I thought PKR got tagged by that Hoku Poku part.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous ricochet off the wall.
Both runners are at 3 hearts. This is actually kind of panic-inducing.
This is, yeah, you said it perfectly. This is terrifying.
Any trap can kill them. A Hokoboku can kill them. One of the crystal rollers can kill them. But just definitely take too much damage on the upcoming Dark Maze. Also opting out of Crystal Roller Room, which not as impressive as leaving the bug net behind. It's only some ammunition, which they don't need.
Another wonderful room to not have to do if you know what's in it. And PKR electing not to hookshot, so 1 heart left.
Yeah, gonna take some safety hearts here. Smart play.
The choice to take or to not take the safety door could be a very interesting one for both of our runners here.
And yeah, folks, Mimic Cave does not require the bow as a future reference because those are green gorillas, and only the red gorilla Igor enemies take damage require the bow. As long as you can get them close, the sword we're fighting. Hey, look where the boots ended up, folks! That's a good spot for them, right? 41 minutes in?
I'm sorry, I'm still having trouble breathing over that double laser skip. One of them bootsless with, 3 hearts and no safety door.
Yeah, PKR just rushing right through. Osse might take a death here. Gets the laser skip. Can he get out? Yes, he can. Whew.
I'm not sure I would stop holding my breath yet. Trinex does damage, people. Yeah, that was probably for the best on Osse's side, just completely and totally ignoring the pokey.
Alright, PKR through Trinex looking to set up the quick kill on phase 2 here. Let's see if she gets it. Spin backwards into him for a double hit and a slash. There we go. Very clean Trinex fight for PKR. Osse not that far behind. Trinex cooperating just a little bit as well. So folks, we now just need the bow, as you can probably guess. We know where it is, of course.
Alright, and Randomizer fans, you can all take a deep breath as Trinex has been killed on both sides, and our runner survived. Whew.
Yeah, both of our runners survived. Well done on both of them. And PKR is fluting to 4. That was both of our red crystals. And she's making this way. There's only one thing I think is on her mind right now, considering everything else in the area. She's thinking Super Bomb. And I expect Osse to follow suit here. Osse is still about 10 to 15 seconds behind. I wasn't actually paying attention to how quickly that Trinex went. Oh! One of the stout mines, or whatever they're called, hiding in the bush there.
Whatever they're called, I call it a troll bonk.
And PKR setting up. Oh boy, this could be bad. Ah, who am I kidding? This is a common dupe strat, and look at that. Very well done by PKR, allowing her to dash and get it just a little bit faster with those boots. Well set up.
Nothing to see here, people. Just an extra bomb spawning out of nowhere.
And, ladies and gentlemen, there's the bow. And we are now in go mode at 44 minutes, 29 seconds for PKR. Osse, not that far behind, also delivering the bomb. Opting to take the Agar route.
I think that might have been faster. I wonder if PKR forgot that she blew up Aghanim.
It happened so early, I don't blame her. Might like the boot straps a little bit better, though. It depends. And at 44:54, Osse is now also in go mode.
It is about a 25-second lead, actually, between PKR and Osse.
That mirror bonk definitely did not help things.
Oh yeah, that's about another 5 seconds lost there for Osse.
Of course, when you mirror bonk, it feels closer to about 35 seconds.
Alright, folks. Eastern and Desert are all that needs to fall. PK are going to start with Eastern. Osse is going to opt for Desert. So we're going to have two divergent routes here, but they're both going to meet up once again at Ganon's Tower.
Yep, I don't see any real difference in choosing which dungeon to do first or last in this regard, so... Yep, and there is our big key on the torch. Always fun.
And PK already picked up the big key here in Eastern Palace, so just got to go up and kill the Armos Knights, and it's going to be quite the slaughter given the fact that they both have silver arrows. Normally, Armos Knights take 3 hits of the bow each to die. Silvers will kill them in one shot. So blink and you'll miss them dying. That's what I'm getting at here.
Yeah, Armos Knights, Land Belows, both of them. Just really, really quick work going to be made out of them with the silvers.
Yeah. There's like a hidden health value for all the bosses, and I'm trying to remember the name now. Vitreous is the only boss that has more than 100 health, which is what the silver arrows deal. And of course, Ganon has, I think, a fixed amount of health.
Yeah, Ganon has a bunch, but that's beside the point.
Alright. PKR now down Eastern. Osse has defeated the Lammolas. The PKR is right on his heels. I almost got Gender's run there. My bad.
And now we do the quick tag and we switch sides.
And PKR is fast approaching the end of the seat, as is Osse. This is actually going to be fairly close once again. A mistake from PKR will actually put Osse in the lead here, I think.
Yeah, very much so. This is a lead that PKR has, but it is one that is very easily relinquished at this point.
Yeah. But their routing so far has been on point. This has been a fairly linear seed, but they have been routing this pretty well. Also taking a little bit of a bonk there in terms of damage. Not necessarily a boots bonk. So maybe half a second loss there. It's going to be just a matter of seconds here, folks. Every little mistake is going to add up at this stage.
Yeah, outside of something terrible happening on either end, this could be very, very close, like Osse having some difficulty with Stelphos room here.
Yeah, getting the tri-spawn, which is going to slow him down a little bit more.
Also missed both pop throws, I think.
Alright. PKR is now at Lammo, and Osse is not at the Armos yet. So PKR will be the first one, folks, and with that, that is the 7th crystal in PKR's hands coming down right now. So, folks, we have a game we'd like to play here, but we're going to mix it up a little bit because of the spoiler log. We already know where the big key is. Give us a location in chat, that, not a number, where you think the big key will be.
I mean, the only reason I know it is because you spoiled it for me, you jerk.
I ain't guessing as a result, don't worry.
I see a lot of vanilla there. You guys are just not being nice to our poor runners. That's probably the farthest location to get to in the in a spoiler log, since if it was tile room, they'd know. Osse making quick work of our most Knights. Gonna be heading up to GT right behind PKR.
Yeah.
And it looks like right now they have the exact same stuff in terms of everything. So perfectly even. Just gonna be straight up about execution from this point forward.
Alright, looks like the guesses have dwindled a bit. Come on, just got a couple more moments here to guess. Once we see the cutscene, though, I think we're going to be stopping the guesses here. Alright, that's going to call for the guesses here, folks. And I'm going to say this right now. No one in chat was right.
Yeah, you guys were all incorrect. All of you being terrible, terrible trolls to our poor runner.
Now, someone did guess the torch, and we might actually grab that item. But it's not the big key. No, in fact, it's just here in the Hope Room. It's a fairly free Ganon Tower. PKR is not going for the small key here. Hang on. Let me check the top chests.
Right, now I'm doing the same thing. Like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we're alright. That's terrifying, though.
Yeah. Honestly, though, surprised she didn't go for the torch. That's where our other armor upgrade was. I thought that would have been a fairly free pickup.
Yeah, PK are not feeling the safeties today, it would seem. Or at least not for this race.
Well, she knows how close that last one is. She needs to Histega this, I feel. There's Osse with the big key, and it looks like Osse's not choosing a mirror, and is going to pick up the safety that is the blue mail.
It could also be that Osse didn't look at the upper chest and doesn't know there's a key there, so grabbing this one out of habit.
Yeah, probably.
Which, that might end up being a great routing choice for PKR. That's another couple seconds there.
Yeah, but at the same time, PKR is going to be doing this entirely on 8 heart. What looks to be 8 hearts green mail, and a little bit of a misnomer here, folks. Ganon's contact damage deals 8 hearts of damage without any mail upgrades. So right now, PKR cannot take a hug from Ganon. Could take a fire bat, but cannot take direct contact damage from Ganon.
Isn't a Ganon hug 6 hearts with blue mail?
I think it's less than that.
Okay, because with Osse having 6 hearts, even with blue mail, that's not going to be a happy time.
Oh, PKR has 7 hearts. That's even worse. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, neither player can take a hug right now. So it's going to come down to safeties, and they don't have any safeties. They are going full-on risk here. Osse was the only one to pick the mail, but does not have the health to ward the armor. And yet, while they still have the fairy, they ideally don't want to use it because that's still a little bit of time loss at this stage.
You know, I had forgotten the fairy. I mean, all other things equal, that fairy is much better than dying at Ganon, so...
I would agree to that, yeah. So PKR is on the top floor right now. Osse is in the last room of the gauntlet. And yeah, folks, there is a key up here. PKR's fine.
Oof, Osse missing a couple shots there.
Yeah, unfortunately doing a 2-cycle here on the Lambo. And it's Boldorm 2 time for PKR. Really closely done. Oh, Boldorm trying! Defiantly trying to push her into the pit, but PKR says no.
Yeah, that was most definitely an all-out troll attempt by our favorite little worm.
PKR not choosing to open Moldorm's last chest right there. She knows how close this race is going to be, how tight this is. And it looks like PKR can afford to take a death to Ganon if absolutely necessary. But here we go, Aga 2 time. Good pattern here, actually, to start things off.
I don't know if that's going to be a triple, though. We'll see in a minute.
I think that was a triple, just barely.
Ooh, nice double there.
3-2, and it's going to be a 1 here.
Good call on that triple. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was just barely spaced enough that it would be a wouldn't double hit. So there we go. PKR has defeated Agatuna, and it is now time to fight the pig. Tempered sword and silver arrows in hand. You all know the drill. It's going to be 12 slashes or 6 spins in the first 2 phases, and then 4 more slashes to get to the 4th phase, which we have to keep those torches lit. 4 silver arrows after we stun Ganon with the sword, and that will be GG. PKR cannot take content damage throughout this fight.
Ouch, and Ganon putting the blame squarely where it belongs. Alright, dash strats here.
And PKR does have half magic, but no. Oh, take the fire bat! 1 heart! But she's through the worst of the fight right now. Osse, meanwhile, getting a double in that first pattern.
Only getting a single there, so this is going to be a difficult 3 cycle. Ooh, impossible. Another blue ball there, so it's going to take an extra cycle for him.
Yeah, and one of those Agricles is off sync, which makes it harder to hit. But Agatu is down for Osse, and now PKR with her 1 heart is on phase 4 of Ganon, folks. Find the arrows in Hyrule Castle? Yes, we did. Oh, that looks like a double right there.
Yeah, I think
Triple even! Get your GG in the chat. PKR sweeps this up neatly. Sub-hour seed for her. Osse not that far behind, though. And ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for PinkKittyRose, who has finished with an official SRL time of 57 minutes and 38 seconds. Well done to her. And that spoiler text for the Triforce couldn't be any more irrelevant.
Did we have a double dip?
Yes. Eastern.
That's right. That one was done early enough that I'd forgotten.
Alright. Osse is done here, but let's give it up for Osse. He made this close. He kept up with PKR.
Very much so. This is a great showing, and looks like it's still going to be sub 1 hour for him, which is a great time, especially when, you know, you didn't get boots until frickin' Turtle Rock.
Yeah. This seed was fairly linear, and we are now joined by PKR. Congratulations on advancing to the round of 8. GG's.
Oh my goodness, that seed was stressful.
That seed was annoying, is what it was, from what I could gather. It was fairly linear, late boots.
You know what's annoying? You know what's annoying? Dead rocks! That's what's annoying!
Yeah, we saw you got dead rock there, but not... And also got dead rocked up on the upper parts of Death Mountain.
Yeah, I got blocked by dead rocks, mauled down to 2 hearts before I got to Turtle Rock because they got stuck. I got stuck in one on the way up the mountain.
Osse running out of arrows, so having to finish this last bit up silverless. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Good lord. Between them and the Stalfos always wanting to walk directly into me, it's just like, enemy RNG was driving me crazy.
Yeah. I was actually kind of worried for you not picking up that blue mail there, but get your GGs in the chat, folks, for Osse, who is not going out quietly, not letting Ganon beat him this time. Well done in his part. He will be crossing the finish line here in 2nd place on the official SRL time of 59 minutes, 48 seconds. Well fought as well. This was actually fairly close, all things considering.
Yeah, both races were very... I wasn't actually watching, but apparently the first one was rather close as well.
Yeah, the Tempered Sword actually made a huge difference in that one, from what I could tell, because Osse was in the lead going into Ganon's Tower, and, well, Master Sword versus Tempered Sword going to Ganon's Tower, and as well as in the Ganon fight. That just saved you so much time in comparison. And even in this seed, I'm surprised you didn't actually go and pick up the blue mail. That was just...
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it, and we are now joined by Osse. GG's well raised. Did not let Ganon beat you down the second time. Well done.
Yep, GG.
GG. Oh, we got a couple of rough ones today.
Yeah, this seed in particular was fairly annoying because of those, once again, those late boots in Turtle Rock. And even then,
very nice finish with Ganon there. Ran out of arrows, so you had to put a couple spins in them, but you did it very, very well.
Yeah, running out of arrows was a surprise, but whatever.
So yeah, this was, from what I could tell, fairly a linear seed. Not much room for, in terms of routing, to take different routes, really.
Yeah, you had to do everything else before you could do Turtle Rock, and you needed Turtle Rock to finish the seed.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I couldn't justify the one choice you could possibly make is saving Thieves Town for after the boots once you get your mirror, but like, I don't think they would equal out the amount of time spent going back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't even considered that, but that is an option. I don't know. That'd be pretty close, I think.
Yeah, it's rough, because it's such a nice, everything's nice, such a nice straight line. Maybe if you had the cape to guarantee the Hellway dash, but, I don't know. I don't think the math would work out on that.
Yeah, I think it would be very highly dependent on how bad Hellway was without boots, and then you'd have to kind of compare it.
Well, what else is there to say about this seed? This was actually fairly linear. One, you both did excellent jobs. It was a forced Agassi, but took care of him in quick succession, actually. Both of you actually going up there relatively at the same time.
I think it might be the absolute earliest I've ever stepped foot into Aghanim's Tower.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys both had Aghanim dead within 10 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Something like that. Just like 2 swords, lamp, okay, let's go. So I can get my gloves and get my flute so I can have a good time.
Yeah. Gloves were kind of in a rude spot to see. One on the pyramid, one in swamp left side. That kind of made you happy. That was definitely not nice.
Remember not to reflip the switch this time.
I don't think either one of you free flipped the switch. That was actually well thought on your parts.
So hard to resist the muscle memory.
Yeah, and there was also... You were alluding to the fact going to Thieves Town a little bit later with the boots. I could see another route in which you picked up the powder in Swamp House there to go get your other mail, which was on Magic Bat, while you were in the area, if you did that.
Tell you one thing, I would have liked it going up Death Mountain to Turtle Rock. So many dead rocks. I would have taken half as much damage. Oh.
Yeah, that's something else we should mention. Both of your Turtle Rocks were fairly intense for both of us to watch.
2 hearts! The entire dungeon! Please just drop a heart!
Yeah, I died last time I tried to do the laser skip without boots. So the fairy was nice for confidence.
Yeah. I'm only super familiar with those because it comes up like all the time in entrance.
Yeah, Laser Bridge was terrifying for me to watch for both of you guys, but you guys both shrugged off the bootsless one, and then the boots one, and then straight on to Trinex, and a perfect battle there for both of you. So it was cool to watch, and I was a little terrified.
Green Mail, low hearts. Turtle Rock is always so much fun.
Yeah, and you also gave me a scare PKR with that Ganon fight being down to 1 heart, and even then, you were at the health threshold in which just taking contact damage would have killed you instantly. Thankfully, you had that fairy in your back pocket.
Well, I mean, I had 5 hearts. It's good enough. And we got weird fire bat patterns both seeds in a row, which is just rude. It's like, normally they start attacking me from the other side so I can just walk out, but both times my way out was the fire bat coming at my face first. It's What are you doing, Ganon? That's not how the fire bats work, man!
So I didn't actually see, where was that fourth sword in the seed?
Pod Dark Basement.
Ah, right, and pod was optional, so you wouldn't even bother going there.
Does not go anywhere near that one. It's just like, ooh, it's an Aghanim seed, but we don't have to touch pod. That's amazing!
Yeah, this Aghanim was purely for Dark World access because the gloves are both in Dark World.
Yeah, other than the dip into Mire, which was, even in and of itself, a pretty quick dip, you didn't really have to go out of your way in terms of dungeons, which was nice.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that Terra had the decency to be a pendant when it had a vanilla small key and vanilla big key.
I didn't even notice that. Well, yeah, you dodged the bullet there, both of you.
Although the late green water break wouldn't have been too bad. Oh.
Well, GG's to both of you. PKR, you are advancing. Also, I believe you are eliminated from the tournament. Did you have fun with the spoiler logs?
Oh yeah, I had a great time with this tournament. I think it was my first time getting into spoiler races. Even. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, going forward, PKR, you will be fighting...
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out, but I was just getting the names up. You will be fighting the winner of Zelda Dasan and Azdaja.
That's
That game already 1-0 in Zelda's favor.
And the second race for that is going to be starting right afterwards, so that one's going to be on Speed Gaming 4 if anyone wants to hop over there and see how that one ends up.
Yeah, this bracket is looking to be fairly tight here. Lots of good runners coming through here.
Yeah, round 2 and up is just going to be close races all around. Because at this point, the skill is all even enough where it's just going to be a battle. Like, both of these races were close. I'm sure most of the other round 2 races are going to be close. It's going to be nuts. I could feel the fire on Batanya B because I know Osse's a good runner. I've seen what he does in combo rando races. This man is crazy at them.
Yeah, like this game was decided by room-to-room mistakes, just a second at a time.
Yeah.
So anything bigger than that is enough to decide a match.
Yeah. And even with PKR's bomb mishap in Ice Palace with the Beeries, not...
I tried to forget about that one. I think every single slime in this game, other than the Spiral Cave ones, electrified as soon as I got close to them. And every Stalfos walked into me, and every dead rock moved into me. I was having a moment, but at least the gauntlet was pretty much flawless, so whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, once again,
They just got in their trolls early.
Yeah. Not to speak of Moldorm, who was actually fairly tame this time. Actually, PKR, you almost got knocked out by Moldorm too.
He tried really hard.
Yeah, he tried really hard to even it up the score between you two. But that ended up not playing a factor.
It's like, look, Moldorm, I need you to actually show your tail at some point. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep swinging this at your face while I'm hovering over a pit, because that's just how physics work, right?
Yeah, that was definitely one of those battles where we're all happy that there's a glitch that allows you to stay on the platform if your sword's...
Pretty sure it's intentional design because of that exact boss fight.
Well, GG's to you, Osse, and as well as to you, PKR. Make sure to follow both of these runners here on Twitch. They've put on an excellent race for us today. While you're at it, make sure to also give my co-commenter Hammerbro and our tracker Samus a follow as well. And of course, we're on Speed Gaming 3. Make sure to go to Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming's 2 through 6 a follow as well, so you don't miss any racing action, not just Link to Past Randomizer. And if you're more comfortable listening to foreign languages, because that is your language of choice, we offer restreams in French, Spanish, German, and also now Portuguese as well. But with that being said, any final thoughts between you guys before we talk about the schedule here?
Can the boots just be in Sphere 1 for a change?
I would be okay with that.
I'll say that I played better than I did in practice in these 2 matches, so I'm happy with that. And PKR is just the stronger player, so good luck going forward.
Definitely not the strongest in this bracket, but I'll try. speaking of speed gaming related things, are you in the Super Metroid Randomizer League, Aussie?
I was, but I was knocked out in the round of 16.
Because that's going on these channels lately too.
Yeah. And
I am in the Prodigy tournament still.
And as far as other races for the spoiler logs, we do have Azster versus Zelda design going on right now. And we have Salty Fry versus Peaky Pals on that same channel tonight at 9. And, well, there would have been a race tomorrow, but you guys have already finished your series, so...
Yeah, definitely do keep an eye on the schedule, since there's only a couple of the races in the round of 16 that have been even scheduled at this point. So there will be more popping up.
Indeed. But with that all said and done, that...
They'll all be intense. Every last one of them. Watch them.
Indeed. But for that being all said and done, that's going to do us for us here. So for all of us at the Link to Fast Randomizer Spoiler Log Tournament, I have been Wolflink0370, and we just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Have a good day, everyone.